Hello, friends. I wanted to take a few minutes to share some of my favorite books with you. I hope you'll enjoy them as much as I do. I've read each of these books several times, and I bet you I'll read them again. All three books, though different, are centered around a common theme. It's about kindness, and I really believe that we should be kind to the people around us, so these books are right up my alley. I hope they're up yours too. So the first book is called Those Shoes by Mary Beth Boltz. All of these books are for kids about kindergarten to third grade, but if you have a younger friend who wants to hear the story, why not read it to them? And if you have someone older who wants to look at a picture book, there are really good messages in these books. So Those Shoes is about a little boy. He lives with his grandmother, and he really wants a certain pair of shoes that are really in. I don't know if you've ever experienced that. I have that. I have, where you want a certain toy that everybody else has, or you want a game that everybody else has, or a certain piece of clothing, and is it necessary to get it if it's so expensive? Well, this little boy really has to deal with that. The illustrations are really pretty. They're not so bright that they distract from the story, but they help to tell the story. And in this story, there are some kids who aren't so nice to this little boy, and there are other people that are very nice to him. And you'll see how he turns out in the story. Does he end up going along with the kids who aren't as nice? Or does he turn out to be a wonderful friend and to be kind? I have a feeling you'll like this one a lot. The next one is called Chrysanthemum, and it's by Kevin Henkes. He's a fabulous author and really funny. There are lots of other books by him that I think you'd enjoy, but for this, I'm telling you about Chrysanthemum. So Chrysanthemum is a little mouse, kind of like a little girl, and she's going to kindergarten for the first time. And when she gets to kindergarten, all of a sudden she finds out that Chrysanthemum isn't a typical name. That most kids don't have a name that long. Most kids aren't named after a flower. But I don't know about you, but I've met people with all different kinds of names. So it's pretty normal that she would go to school and people would have unfamiliar names. But the kids aren't very nice. They're teasing her about it. And poor little Chrysanthemum, who'd been so excited about school, has some really sad days. And Kevin Henkes does a great job of showing us what these days look like. There's some sad days. There's some super happy days where she's dancing and she looks happy. And then there are other days where she just looks absolutely miserable. Kevin Henkes does something brilliant with his words. The words match her moods, and I think you'll like that. You can look for the words. There's one line where he says Chrysanthemum wilted. And you know how a flower can wilt, kind of drooping? That's her mood. She's wilting, and I think that's really cool for us to look for those words that match her mood. In this book, Chrysanthemum develops a relationship with a teacher, and the teacher shows kindness. And then that inspires children. Again, I'm not giving away the ending, but I do want you to know that in this book we also see kindness come through. And last is Maddie's Fridge. Maddie's Fridge, like Those Shoes, has to do with wants versus needs, and also has to do with kindness. In this book, Sophie and Maddie become best friends. They play at the park together. They climb up the climbing wall at the park together. In this book, one of the girls discovers that one of the other girls, her best friend, really doesn't have much food in her refrigerator at home. And it makes her feel just awful thinking that her friend is hungry. She keeps thinking about it, but Maddie had told Sophia, please don't tell anyone. I need you to promise not to tell anyone. So in this book, Maddie is really struggling with whether or not to tell her mom that Maddie has a problem, and it's a big problem. So I don't know if you've ever had a secret and you wondered to yourself, do I tell to help my friend, or do I keep my promise because I made a promise to keep a secret? In this book, in the end, it's kindness that wins. And it's a good discussion for you to have with your friends or with your teacher or with parents or grandparents about, can you break a promise if it means helping somebody? Maybe they'll help you figure that out a little bit. I hope you enjoy all three of these books. Again, they focus on kindness, and I think we can all strive to be more kind every single day. And they're just awesome books. So I hope you enjoy them. Tell your friends about them.